Hey, what's going on, Guardians? My name is TheBlackLink, and Festival of the Lost has finally arrived, and with it has come a new activity in the Haunted Forest, some new masks to earn and upgrade, a new auto rifle, and a bunch of other things, including the rumor of the return of one very mighty, very thunderous, exotic machine gun. And that's right, Guardians, a couple of weeks before Festival of the Lost went live, of course, we had that leak come out talking about the Thunderlord dropping within this year's event. And while that hasn't happened yet, there are a couple of signs that might point to it coming soon, and we've also gotten a bit of a clue as to who might have been the one to take down the Reef's own Master Ives. We're going to be diving into all that and more in this video, so needless to say, probably going to be a few spoilers in here, so if you don't want to be spoiled, or at least potentially spoiled on some upcoming content, as well as the identity of the murderer of Master Ives over there at the Reef, our dear beloved Cryptarch who gave us so many exotics when Rahul was just giving blues, then you just might want to tune out of this one, because we had some data-mined audio files that give us a pretty good hint at what's going to be coming later on this month. But there you go, Guardians, that is your spoiler warning. If you're still here, let's go ahead and dive on in. Now, first things first, of course, the big rumor is that Thunderlord is supposedly dropping with Festival of the Lost ahead of the December release of heavy machine guns as a heavy weapon class back in Destiny 2. Thunderlord is supposed to be kind of almost a tease of what's going to be coming when that class is reintroduced. And as you Guardians know, I of course am very excited about the return of the mighty Lord of Thunder. Now, this rumor of course stemmed from Destiny the Game subreddit user Anon9, who had previously leaked a lot of things about Forsaken months before that game dropped. He made statements about the Last Word and the Thunderlord dropping in the near future, and in particular that Thunderlord would be dropping as a part of Festival of the Lost. We have some previous videos covering this. If you want to go check those out, I'll leave links to them down in the description box below to get the full story on everything that Anon9 said. Now, in terms of Thunderlord itself, there have also been some pretty interesting data-mined leaks. Destiny the Game subreddit user Ginzer is back at it again with some data-mined icons. Well, that basically all but confirm my baby's coming back to the game. He posted these to the Destiny the Game subreddit yesterday, and they reportedly show off a new icon as well as two new ornaments for what looks to be the Thunderlord exotic heavy machine gun. I'd say at this point, it's all but confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. And there is, of course, a lot of speculation right now that if this is true, if Thunderlord is dropping with Festival of the Lost, that is probably going to be tied to the murder mystery quest surrounding Master Ives that's dropping later this month towards the end of the Festival of the Lost. But stop, TBL, what's the actual evidence in-game of any of this being true? Do you have even a single fact to back that up? Well, have you checked your exotic heavy collections page recently? When update 2.0.4 went live yesterday, a new classified exotic heavy weapon was added to the exotic collections page. Now, this was noticed by some sharp-eyed Guardians over on the Destiny the Game subreddit, but you can actually check it in game right now. If you press start, go over to your exotic collections page, go down to power weapons, you'll notice that an extra classified slot has been added in. Previously, there was only one classified heavy weapon within this section, and that was the 1000 voices from the raid. A new one, a second heavy classified weapon, has been added in. I'd say that's pretty suspicious timing given everything else that's going on with the Festival of the Lost, and of course the gigantic rumors about Thunderlord in particular being added in this patch. The evidence seems to match up, and that classified exotic heavy weapon may very well be the Thunderlord of old. At the very least, like I said before, it's certainly very interesting timing that we would suddenly get a new exotic heavy weapon slot opened up in our collection, showing that something new has been added to the game. If you head over to the Destiny database websites like light.gg, you can actually see that a new heavy weapon slot has been added in, but it's being held by a placeholder, just basically a copy of the Legend of Acreus right now. But that will of course likely change in the database as the weeks go forward and the murder mystery actually goes live. Either way, it's going to be really interesting to see what this new exotic heavy weapon turns out to be, and maybe it'll have that onslaught perk that we saw in the database a few videos ago, that showed off a new combination perk that mixes heightened rate of fire as you stack Rampage. I made the mention then and I'll make it now. I think that's a perfect perk to be placing on a gun like Thunderlord, whose previous ability was increasing rate of fire the longer you held the trigger. I don't know, Guardians, maybe I'm just a hopeful guy, but that sounds like a perfect fit for me. But alright, speaking of things returning and going away, Master Ives is indeed set to be murdered sometime very soon, and we're gonna have a quest that may just be taking us to some familiar stomping grounds to help solve that murder. Very recently, some datamined audio clips were pulled from update 2.0.4 that feature Amanda Holliday talking specifically about a quest in which we return to the Cosmodrome, that's right, old Russia, to complete a quest while exploring the main area where we started Destiny 1 all those years ago. Now, these audio clips were posted over on the Raid Secrets subreddit. I'll have a link to that thread down in the description box below. They've got a download up where you can go and download these audio files and listen to them yourself. But we're going to play them all right here, right now in this video so you can hear exactly what's going on in old Russia. This is very much like the datamined audio leaks we got a year ago that accurately predicted the death of Cade 6, multiple details about the Curse of Osiris, and even Warmind. Remember, a lot of the details and content that were later added to the game got leaked super early with these audio logs, and it looks like that sort of thing might be happening again. But anyways, like I said, these audio logs detail us going into the Cosmodrome, possibly behind Commander Zavala's back, once again, searching for clues, taking down an enemy, and then finding something special. And that something special may just be that Thunderlord. But anyways, here's the audio logs all in order. Enjoy!
One time, I asked Ikora why the Golden Age leftovers are so mixed up. We were colonizing other planets, right? Everyone was living 300 years. So why were they still driving around in rust buckets like this? Remember when a bunch of nanotech-sporting aliens came swarming out of Russia? And 2 knights with flaming axes were the only ones that could stop them? It's been a weird couple years. It used to be the Fallen pretty much owned the Cosmodrome, and then they just split. Right before the Legion hit us. That's a lot of stuff, some of it real useful. I put a tarp on something you're not coming back for. Unless they did come back after all. Cade brought me out here once. We looked at all the cars, all the people who died trying to get to safety during the collapse. And he said, listen, don't worry about dying. Death isn't the end. Not since the Traveler showed up. You ever feel sad about your folks? You just wait for them to show up again as guardians. You just wait. I'm still waiting. That's where your ghost found you, huh? Wonder if you were part of the Exodus or someone who came along after. Someone who picked the wrong place to hide from the Fallen. Something opened up that hatch recently. Your telemetry's spiking a lot of residual ether around that pipe. Keep your eyes out for Fallen, you hear me? I don't want to lose you too. That's a highway to nowhere right there. I've flown all across this region and it's just rusted out cars, dead cities, rubble and rebar. I can't imagine what it was like before the collapse. Sometimes, I can't even picture a future where it's just us on Earth again. That's it, huh? We got him. Something's still bugging me about this, though. Get back to that teleporter when you can. But listen, I don't think my little trick is gonna fool Zavala twice. This might be the last time you ever set foot in the Cosmodrome.
So there we go, some really interesting stuff there. Based on the audio we're hearing here, it sounds like we might be exploring that very first area from Destiny 1, where your Guardian wakes up amongst the dead and all those rusted out cars. It sounds like we're going back to that spot that we went to get the exotic Kvostov, and then we're going to be exploring around there, following some clues, and taking down Master Ives' murderer. Which sounds really cool. I love the Cosmodrome. I've got so much nostalgia for that area, so it's going to be really interesting if we actually get to see it here in Destiny 2. Although I am a little bit bummed about that throwaway line at the end there. This might be the last time you see it, because she's not going to be able to trick Zavala again. Don't like the implications of that. But obviously, something's happening there after you've taken down your target. And there's a lot of speculation that that something might be the drop of Thunderlord. As a matter of fact, this entire scenario sounds very familiar, since the entire thing could be a reference to the past. If you go way back to the year of 2013, so far away now, I know. But you take a look at the original Destiny gameplay reveal, and you know, that kind of cringe trailer where they had those Guardians running through that first mission, taking down Rixus. What happened at the end of that? They went through the old Cosmodrome, that starting zone, they found Rixus, the Devil Archon, they took him down, and then he dropped Thunderlord. That might be what's going on here in this mission. We go back to the Cosmodrome, back to that starting area, we work our way through taking in some of those memories, and then we face an enemy at the end who drops the Thunderlord. That's certainly an exciting theory, and I can absolutely see how that would play here. After all the pieces are in place, and it certainly seems like we're going back to that particular area of the Cosmodrome. One way or another, the next couple of weeks are definitely going to be really interesting. But alright Guardians, that is pretty much everything we've got for you today. To wrap up, a new exotic heavy weapon has been added to your collections, but it's classified right now, and some new audio logs directly from the game files in the update do point to us returning to the Cosmodrome for at least one mission. The evidence is all there, Guardians, so you've seen it. Make your own decision. What do you think is going to be happening later on this month when this murder mystery goes live? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. But that's everything we've got for you. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. Do you have your own theories on what's going on? I want to hear those too, so be sure to let me know. But alright, I'm out for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I am TheBlackLink. You Guardians, stay frosty.